Hi everyone, this is Ada. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about an update on my life. Before I start, I just wanted to thank everyone that contacted me on private message through Instagram and wondered where I was I okay, and I just appreciate that so much. I mean, I've made some really good friends through Instagram and through YouTube, and I really appreciate that. So thank you very much. I appreciate you as well, so thank you. So where have I been? So do you want to get down, Belle? Okay. For the last 10 months, I have had a horrible time with my health. I have gone to emergency 6 times. I eventually went to a private hospital where I stayed in for a couple of days. They did tests on my heart. I do have 2 autoimmune diseases, Hashimoto's, which is an underactive thyroid, which I've had for years. I have to be medicated for that. My thyroid was all out. I don't know what happened there. And I have celiac disease, which is I can't eat gluten. But to complicate all that, I was having really severe anxiety and my thyroid levels were out, and they wanted to make sure it wasn't the heart. But I also have, and I found out about this probably about 3 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago, I have a genetic liver condition that was passed down from my grandmother to my father to me. And this genetic liver condition has an impact on everything I was going through. I was having major anxiety. It was so bad. So anyone that has anxiety, I totally get where you're coming from. It is a horrible disorder. So, but because of my liver condition, I don't do well with medication, so they had to sort of look at that. My heart was fine. So to cut a long story short, I am on the mend. I'm feeling so much better, and I'm so grateful that I am, and I'm so grateful for all the people in my life. It certainly, when you've been unwell for so long, it certainly puts a different aspect on life and you reassess things. So I turned 60 in February, and that was another thing that made me reassess life, being unwell, but also prior to that we had lost 3 really close friends that were dear to us, that we'd had something to do with for years. My bridesmaid, when Peter and I got married, she died of a massive stroke at 59. It was just devastating. She was a grandma, she had kids, and it was just horrible to see. So young, massive stroke, and then we lost 2 other friends to heart attacks, and I think that didn't really help my anxiety either, because I think when you turn a certain age you start to reassess, and you know that you don't have much time left, or you're getting older, so you really want to enjoy the time you've got. So with that being said, Peter retired, or we both retired, and we started to work out what that was going to mean for us during retirement. What did we want? Originally, we were going to retire in country Victoria. We had bought 2 little cottages there, which we've had for many years. We did a trip there just to have a look, or reassess, and we just decided with my health and our family and friends that we didn't want to do that anymore. One, the weather in Victoria is so different from Brisbane. This is a subtropical climate, and Melbourne is cold and quite often gloomy and raining, and I don't think we could have coped. But the real reason is they didn't have a lot of services. So when we went, they were struggling to keep their doctors. There was a doctor retiring, and there just was not enough services. Like the vet had left. They have a small hospital, but you have to drive to get to a major hospital. So we reassessed that. We sold 1 cottage. One is being rented out. But we decided we're going to buy in Brisbane. We live in the city at the moment in a unit. We're going to probably look at buying a small house somewhere. We're not going to rush it. We're just going to take our time and see what we can find. It might take 6 to 8 months, 12 months to do that. So we're quite happy to take that time, and we're just going to look around. Also, we have had some great things happen lately. Our son got married, and that was a great time. We have a little 2.5-year-old grandson, which we're spending more time with. That's really a joy. We may get another grandchild. Let's hope we do. Fingers crossed. But we've been enjoying spending more time with him, so retirement in that way has been good. Our girls, Belle and Poppy, they just love us being around. They've got more trips in the car to the park, more trips, you know, to the beach and had fish and chips. So they're very, very happy. I did get a question on mindful spending. What, because it's changed now because our budget's changed, we've retired, so we've had to reassess that. So our mindful spending is continuing. What are we doing now? So what we're doing now is, if we want to go to an expensive restaurant, because we do like to do that, we just cut back in another area. We may not have takeaways that week, or we can still do it. We're having no problems, and I don't feel like I'm missing out at all. I feel like, you know, I'm still getting the things I like, and I'm getting better as well with my health, and I'm just enjoying life more. So I will, the other things we were doing too, I should say, is Peter's cashing in his bottles. You know, we get money. I think it's just his little hobby, because he likes to see how many bottles he can get. And Peter and our son like to compete with that, and he does it as well. So it's a bit of a fun thing. We're actually downsizing. Well, we live in a unit anyway, but all the things we had, like I sold some of my cinnamon dresses, my more expensive clothes. People are quite happy to have them for a cheaper price. So we've been doing that. Peter's been selling some of his camera gear, and we're just living a more simple life with our Westie girls, Belle and Poppy, and looking after our grandson. So that's what we're doing. We're just being very mindful where we spend our money. But, you know, we've been watching probably more TV, especially with my health. So we're quite happy sometimes just to stay home, have a takeaway, and watch a movie. So, yeah, so that's what we're doing. With the channel, I think I'd like to get more into YouTube and do more fashion videos. Not promising anything, but I would really like to start doing more regular videos on my fashion. With my handbag collection, there probably is a couple more handbags in, you know, that I can do. But I'm looking, I was talking to a friend this morning on Instagram, and I was saying that I'm going to buy more classic handbags. I mean, it does seem a bit boring. I don't like a lot of black, so I'll try and pick other classic colours. But I'm at the stage of my life where I need to be sensible. I want the handbags in my collection for a long time. I love some of the unboxings that I'm watching on YouTube, but, you know, they're at a different stage of my life. I'm 60 and I have to be careful. You know, I haven't got that much money just to throw around. So that's what's going to happen with my YouTube channel. I'm looking forward to that. And thank you once again for everyone that has asked after me. I realise how important it is for me to still keep in contact with my YouTube friends, and I will try and catch up on some of the videos, because some of the people that I watch, I haven't been able to do that. So I'm slowly catching up on the videos, so I will do that. But once again, thank you, and hopefully I can do some more videos in the next week and months to come. And don't forget everyone, Ada Love Style. I will see you again next time. Bye.